Just another brother with another humble question. Just another brother with another humble question.
Welcome to another episode of A Brother with Questions. I am your host, B. I appreciate you for joining me. We're going to dive in tonight, but before we get going, let me ask you to like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, man. I ain't got no comments. Anybody's telling me what they think of these videos, especially the last video. I thought somebody would have something to say when I suggested why are we celebrating Juneteenth. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. Tell me what you think. But tonight, man, we're gonna dive in. This is a guy, artist, producer. His first album I thought was pretty amazing. His name is David Banner, and David Banner is known to certainly share his opinion. And I ran across this video, and I thought I just wanted to react to it. Let's see what he had to say.
If you really know the things that I hate and the people that I hate is the people that black people love the most. Can I say it?
Say it.
I don't like preachers and politicians. There's a few preachers that I like and I think they're cool. But think about this.
So I'm gonna let him cook, but preachers and politicians. I love how they dropped the background video. I'm sorry, the music in the background make it sound so deep. But David Banner says he doesn't like preachers and politicians. It amazes me how much people like to attack the church. What's the church doing to the people? Let's listen though.
We got the form of Christianity that we have in America right now from the people that hated us the most. They didn't want you on earth. Why would they give you the key to heaven?
So I got to stop right there. He says we got the form of Christianity that we have right now from the people who hated us the most. So as someone who professes themselves to be a Christian, I'm just be honest. I don't even understand the concept of the form of Christianity that we have right now. As if to say that the Bible has changed. You know, I don't hate. That's the wrong word. It bothers me. Not so much that people don't believe in God and think religion is a scam or whatever the case may be. Honestly, feel however you want to feel about religion. But it bothers me when people take the time to dismiss God on the basis that everybody who professes God doesn't quite live like him. It's like just because somebody says they are something doesn't automatically make them righteous. I mean, there's a lot of people in the world who don't profess the Bible, who are not right, or who live wrong lives. So it's not just, everything, the thing that I like to remind people, everything that you see in the world, you're going to see in the church because the church is in the world. Now, hopefully everybody in the church is striving to do better, which is why they're showing up every Sunday, which is why they're showing up on the weekly Bible study, which is why hopefully they're praying and reading the Bible through the week because they're striving to be better, but they're not perfect. And this notion that because you quote unquote profess the Bible and your belief in God, now all of a sudden all your wrong is wiped away. That's not reality. Even the Bible acknowledges, for we all have come short. What is that? Romans 3:23. For we all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Lord. As humans, that's what we are. We're born into sin. That's what the Bible tells us. So it's the idea that we commit sin, regardless of whether or not we attend the church. It is not what defines us. It's how we're living. Where do we begin and where do we end? That's what defines your life, whether you accept God or you don't. But this notion that because you attend church, you're so all of a sudden you're perfect. Man, we got to get out of that. Because even Jesus acknowledges that we're all gonna fall short. I don't care if you're the pastor, the deacon, the minister, the elder, you're going to fall short. It's scripture.
They didn't want your black ass right here. Why would they take you wherever they at? That's a fucking lie. And have white people ever acted like Jesus? They never were acted like Jesus. Where was all that shit when we were slaves?
Here's the other notion. So the white people use the Bible to justify their slavery. Cool. They did. But you know who else was doing slavery? They were doing slavery in Africa, and not everybody over there was using the Bible to justify it. Because not all the Africans were using the Bible. And they were doing just as much slavery as we were. You might even argue that they were doing more. They were doing slavery in Europe. They were doing slavery in Spain. They were doing slavery in the Middle East. And not everybody was using the Bible. So it ain't just the Bible that's at fault here. It was a mindset of the world for a certain time frame. Now, we have evolved beyond that, some of us. But there was a mindset in the world that supported this idea of slavery. Not all slavery was the same. Some people didn't necessarily treat their slaves, like they treated an animal, if you will. Not everybody did that. That's true. But it wasn't a new concept that they only came up in America. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. And just because these white men, these white women profess God didn't make them right. It didn't make everything they did righteous. And so the notion that because they weren't righteous now invalidates who God is. It doesn't add up, buddy. It just doesn't add up. And we gotta stop. We gotta stop tearing down who God is simply because not everybody who professes him lives up to the standard. Because we can't be him. We can't even be Jesus, let alone be God. So we're all going to fall short. It's simple. We're all going to fall short because we weren't him. That's why he sacrificed his life, because he understood that there were going to come people behind me who don't necessarily deserve what I'm doing for them. But I'm going to do it anyway because I love them. I understand that they're going to fall and be short and not quite live up to who I am. But I'm going to give my life in hopes that they'll get it together enough to understand who my Father is. But it doesn't mean we're all going to make it.
With all that shit when they beating your motherfucking ass. Shit, I think it's just as bad if you a cop or you a preacher as it is being a fucking gang member. They tell black people you're going to hell forever, ever.
Who's told black people they're going to hell forever? I love David Banner. First album was amazing. He produced some great music, and I'm a fan. But man, this come on, man. What we doing, David Banner? What we doing?
There ain't no fucking hell. Like, God know exactly the situations that we're in. We have lessons to learn, but even the fact that we think there's a devil, If you think God is omnipotent, duality is a fucking lie. If God created the devil, why would you even speak of the devil, even if the devil fucking existed? See, the reason why they give you the devil is because you'll never admit that you the fucking devil.
Not the little girl. Not little girl, a young woman. Again, what is this concept? So, the concept of the devil comes from the Bible. So if you believe in the devil, you believe the devil exists, and therefore you have to acknowledge at least some truth in the Bible. Man didn't create devil. The Bible did. And God being omnipotent, that just means he has all power. That means he is the ruler of all, but even he acknowledges that there are those that do not follow him, and he had to in the case of the devil, shun him away from his kingdom. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't take away from his omnipotence. He still has dominion and power over the devil. And you are absolutely right. Everything that you do ain't the devil's fault. Everything that you experience ain't the devil's fault. So I'm on you on that right there, David Banner. The devil may introduce an idea to you, but it's on you if you go do it. The devil ain't gonna make you do nothing. The devil didn't make you cheat on your wife. He may have gave you the idea, but you were the one that acted on that. That ain't the devil's fault. The devil is there to lie, to cheat, to steal, to destroy. But it's still you who ultimately has to make the decision. That's the beauty of what God has done for us. He's given us the free will to do what we want. But the devil didn't make you do it. It was you. That was you. You cheated on your wife. You ran that night. You were speeding 88 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. That was you. It wasn't the devil. So you right. I'm with you when you're right, David Banner. But come on, man.
So if you blame it on an outside entity, something outside of yourself, then you would never fix you. When I fixed me, my life changed. It wasn't no fucking devil. It ain't these crackers. It ain't none of that shit. It's me. I'm the problem.
So I agree with David on that last point, man. The difference between me and him is I understand that I'm changing because of the influence of my God. As I build a relationship with me, as he reveals what he has in store for me, I'm changing because of him. I'm changing because of what he's saying. I'm changing because of his influence on my life. It's not me, it's him. And that's what I acknowledge. It's Romans 8:28, one of my favorite scriptures. It summarizes. It says all things work together for his good. And so as you look at life, you can take it all the way back to slavery. You can take it to, whatever you're dealing with right now if you want. All things work together for his good. And so I can't explain to you why some people went through the things that they went through. But there is a greater thing that he's working on, that he will reveal in time. He'll reveal it for you just like he can reveal it for me, just like he'll reveal it for your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your mama, your auntie. Our goal is not so much to get focused on what everybody else is saying, what everybody else is doing. Our goal is very simple. Seek God first in all that you do. Understand what he's trying to say to you. And if you can get focused on that, all the other questions can be answered. If we can just get singularly minded focused on what God has for us. Because man is man, and man is going to fall short, which is why we should never be depending on man to understand what God has said. We should always be seeking him first for ourselves. And I don't care what man does, we'll be all right. And on that note, I'm B period, and I'm out.